G'day mates, it's Bish.Busta here, and welcome to my Halloween special. This story was written by me and is loosely based on an apparent true demon ritual. Before this video starts, I want to thank my friend Morgan for this idea. Morgan is a freelance writer and is working on another project with me, and if you'd like to contact him after you watch the video, please get in touch with me and I'll see if I can link you guys in with him. So, this video is a Halloween special, and as such, it is certainly not a straightforward one. You're going to need to be ready for jump scares, and you also need to keep your eyes peeled to get through the entire video. I also want to say a big thank you to everyone who is supporting me and the channel here. It's amazing to see how much the hive continues to grow and how you guys just continue to shower me with so much support. I really do appreciate it so much, guys, and I love making these videos, so yeah, thank you so much. And I just want to say this quickly as well, guys. I'm really loving the community that's being built here. I'm really enjoying the subscriber stories as well so much, so thanks for sending those in, guys. I also want to say a big thank you to Anthony Salinas for helping me to develop some of the artwork for this video. I've left a link in the description below so you guys can go share some support. So do yourself a favor and be sure to check out Anthony's work. So, with that all out of the way, I really hope you enjoy the story and I hope you're ready for Murmur. And without any further ado, let's begin. The rumours began some time ago. They began as whispers, but by the end of school, information was pouring in. Jaden had gone missing just prior to being found by authorities inside one of the wall cavities within his parents' home. There were no entry points, no broken bricks. Mysteriously, it was as if he just somehow walked into the wall. But, worst of all, when Jaden was finally discovered, his internal organs had been removed, which explains why his parents did not smell any decomposition for months. The coroner's report stated that based on the broken nails found on Jaden's fingers, and the fact that the police found scratch marks on the internal brickwork within the wall cavity, it was concluded that Jaden had struggled inside his final resting place. The coroner's examination also conjectured that Jaden's organs had most likely been removed while he was alive. But without an exit point, and with all orifices appearing untampered with, the results were inconclusive. Jaden was a good friend to you. In fact, he was like a brother to you. Reminiscing today's past, you remember Jaden was the type of person that would go out of his way to help you and others, even if it inconvenienced him. He would share everything with you, which is what made Jaden's mysterious disappearance and death so bizarre. How was it that you didn't have a single lead regarding Jaden's demise? The entire situation doesn't make any sense. 2 weeks after Jaden was found within his claustrophobic end, rumours began to emerge at school that someone had witnessed Jaden take a strange book home. The speculation at the time was that Jaden had conducted something and that whatever this thing was had ended his life. Further information that you gathered also suggests that Jordan had stumbled across an old book during a school excursion to an old temple for history lessons. As soon as you look down upon your heavy palms, you realize that what you're now holding may have been the cause of Jaden's death. The tome you hold is very plain looking, thin, white pages, a plain black leather casing, and no pictures. There is no author's name, and the book appears to be in good condition, if a little roughed around the binded edge. Maintaining your skepticism, you place the thought of any spiritual burials of Jaden aside as you turn the pages to a tab section of the book. The page you turn to is as dull as expected and contains a foreign language which looks like Arabic or Hebrew. After some Googling on your phone, you're able to determine that the text is Hebraic. You are also able to decipher the title of the page. It simply reads, Murmur. You manage to stumble across the same page online as well by typing in Murmur, Hebraic. You appear to have come across a very bare website with no links or other information. Skimming over the rest of the contents on the webpage while using Google to translate, you're able to decipher a list of what seems to be instructions. The instructions read as follows. Things you need. 1 stuffed doll, and it must have limbs. Wheat, enough to stuff a doll full. 1 needle and 1 crimson thread. 1 sharp-edged tool, such as a blade. 1 cup of salt water. A bathing place, with a basin of water. A hiding place, preferably a room anointed with myrrh. Preparation. 1. take out whatever the doll is stuffed with. Once all of its stuffing is removed, restuff it with wheat. 2. Clip up a piece of your nails and put them inside the doll. Sew up the opening with crimson thread. When you finish sewing, tie up the doll with the rest of the thread. 3. Go to the bathing place and fill a basin with water. 4. Return to your hiding place and put the cup of salt water on the ground. How to proceed. 1. Give a name to your doll. The name can be any but your own. 2. When the time is 3 a.m. or the 4th watch, say your name is the first it to the doll 3 times. 3. Go to the bathing room and put the doll in the water-filled basin. 4. Extinguish all the lights in your house and go back to the hiding place. 5. After counting to 10 with your eyes closed, return to the bathroom with the edge tool in your hand. 6. Go to the basin and say to the doll, "I have found you." Stab the doll with the blade. 7. Say, "You're the next it," as you take the doll out of the basin and leave it on the bathing room. 8. As soon as you have put the doll down, run back to the same hiding place and hide. Ensure that you have the cup of salt water with you when you hide the second time. 9. Place a small amount of salt water in your mouth, but do not fill your mouth. How to finish. 1. Pour half of the cup of salt water into your mouth. Do not drink it, just keep it there. 2. Get out of your hiding place and start looking for the doll. The doll is not necessarily in the bathing room. Whatever happens, do not spit out the salt water. 3. When you find the doll, spit out the salt water in your mouth onto it, and then pour the rest of the salt water in the cup over it. 4. Say, "I win," 3 times. 5. Open the front door to your home immediately after this. This will end the ritual. After this, make sure you dry the doll, burn and discard it later. Most important, please do not stop this ritual halfway. You must do it through to the end. This is a dangerous ritual and I will not be responsible for what happens to you if you try. Other elements. Do not leave your house until you have completed the finishing ritual. You must extinguish every light in your house when told to do so. You must not make any noise while hiding. Be mindful, if you are living with someone, you might put them in danger too. Keep the ritual under 2 hours, or else the spirit will be too strong to remove. For safety reasons, it might be best to keep all the doors in the house unlocked, including your front door. As well, have friends close by so that they can come help. After all of the deciphering with Google, you notice that it's almost midnight now. Reminding yourself that you have school the next day, you place the book down on your desk and lay under your covers with a guilty conscience. It's not long before you doze off peacefully. You're awoken with an uneasy feeling. Something in your room seems off, but you can't place your finger on exactly what it is. Your heart is fluttering and your skin feels damp from sweat. You swing around on the edge of your bed and place your feet on the ground while wiping your eyes to try and clear your vision. As you do, you notice that the book you had placed on your dresser was no longer where it was where you left it. You begin looking around for the book, but you can't seem to find it. You look all over the desk and within the drawers, to no avail. You then look down the side of the desk, thinking perhaps you bumped the desk and it fell off, but it's not there either. You're feeling thirsty and decide to head towards the kitchen for a drink. As you walk towards the kitchen, you continue to feel uneasy. However, you brush it off as coming down with something, which would explain the sweating and the fluttering stomach. You walk into the kitchen and place a cold drink to your mouth, but as you stand there with the fridge light illuminating the kitchen floor, you notice one of the cupboards is slightly ajar. Inside, you can see something flickering. Unsure as to what it is, you approach the door. Completely startled, you turn around with a bottle of water in your hands, ready to attack an intruder. But there's no one there. You turn the kitchen light on now, shaken from what you just heard. You begin making your way through each room of the house, and it becomes clear that there is no one else in the home. But to be sure that perhaps your parents haven't returned home early from their trip, you decide to also check outside to ensure that the car is not in the driveway. The street is silent, except for a few dogs that can be heard in the distance. You collect yourself and take a deep breath, feeling the pleasant cool air on your damp face. You head inside the house to open the cupboard door to investigate. As the darkness within the cupboard becomes clearer, you notice that the book that has been missing is hidden behind some kitchenware.
How on earth did this even get here? What the fuck is going on? Did I walk in my sleep and place it here or something?
You open the book to examine the same page as before, and you notice that something is different about the page. It's as if the page is darker. As you sit on the chair examining the page, you begin to question the realism of the book. After 20 minutes of rereading the page, you notice that it's getting close to 2 a.m, and you feel that it's unlikely that you'll be able to sleep after whatever just happened. Your curiosity has also now been sparked. Did you just hear something? Or is it just tiredness and stress of losing your best friend? You decide it's time to find out once and for all if the ritual in this book has anything to do with Jaden's demise. You collect what you can of the materials needed for the ritual, most of which are easily located, but finding the doll is proving to be difficult. You rummage through some old toys with some boxes in the garage, and you manage to find an old doll that your parents kept after your older sister moved out. As for the myrrh, you notice that the ritual doesn't require this, so you use some incense instead and begin burning them within each room of the house. It's now 2:30, and you have all the things you need to prepare the ritual. You reconvince yourself that performing this ritual may provide some clues into Jaden's death, regardless of the spiritual stuff. You stuff the doll with some wheat flakes from a cereal box and with the fingernails you bit off from your fingers. Then you re-sew the stitching as best as you can with some red thread. It's now 2:54, and you're ready to begin the ritual. You begin the ritual at exactly 3 a.m, like the instructions say. You state your name 3 times to the doll and proceed to complete all of the other instructions. You have a bottle of salt water in your hand you prepared earlier. You now have to decide on a hiding spot, quickly.